All right, we've gone to round
Ooh.
two.
This is going to be the easiest fucking round 2 of all time. Jackson Dart at 33.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no issues, complaints with that. Maybe the Giants get really stupid and take another quarterback as well. I doubt it. Wow, they don't have a need at running back? Um, they must really like that kid
This,
that they drafted.
before we go through this, from what I've heard so far, from 45 to about 65, there are going to be 10 running backs that will start in the NFL this year.
I was told by Dane Brugler that there are 12 running backs worthy of going in the top 100. There's just doubts that it happens. Um,
That's what I'm saying. I think from 45 to 65, or from even like 35 to 65, there are going to
well,
be 10 fucking running backs
I'll
going
make
that
another.
are starter worthy.
I'll make another guaranteed prearranged marriage. I don't think that Caleb Johnson, the running back out of Iowa, makes it past Denver in this second round.
No chance. I would argue
Um,
that New York needs a running back.
and the Raiders will be taking one of the Ohio State kids, aka Travion Henderson. So there's another prearranged marriage. Sorry, I'm doing this draft so far back. Um, as far as the Giants, though, I mean, we're talking about line help. We're talking about a cornerback. Is there a cornerback that's worth going right now? It says that they don't need a defensive tackle, cornerback. I don't know. Denzel Burke, I thought was a name that I was familiar with. I think I'm just completely mistaken. Um, what are you leaning towards as far as just the need? If they've already drafted a quarterback,
I think with the depth and defense, I think right now, after getting rid of Leonard Williams, I think they just need to get defensive line depth. I think when you're starting a rebuild like the Giants, you get Cam Ward, you get a defensive lineman. I think that's a good start.
okay, well, I mean, the only one that I
DPA.
can vouch for at this point is Kenneth Grant, and it feels like that
Yep.
would be a fine pairing for them. So let's just go that route. What about your Titans?
Um, sheesh. I think the Titans need a lot of fucking help.
Yeah,
Um, they don't need defensive line. I think that's the only area that they could say that they're covered. L'Jarius Sneed is pretty decent still at cornerback, but they probably need one opposite side. Xavier
L'Jarius
Watts
Sneed
is a
was
name.
really bad this year.
Xavier Watts is a name I've heard a lot.
Yes,
Just being very rangy, and they need a safety. So I'm gonna just say Xavier Watts and keep this draft going.
and you don't think it's quarterback for these guys because they took Abdul Carter?
Not at this point, because I think they'll get somebody at the top of the third round, like Will Howard, or if you, I'm sorry, scroll down a little bit. I think one of those. I don't think there's going to be a
God
run on
almighty.
quarterbacks in the second round. I can't fathom all these. Quinn Ewers should be available at the end of the second round, top of the third, and at that point, I'd be okay with that with Will Levis. Like, this is just not the draft for quarterbacks.
I'm also going to say something else stupid because this quarterback right here is terrible, right? Like he was one of the first NIL kids to get the deal because of his last name, and he's terrible. But I really wouldn't be surprised if he was the player that stuck around in the NFL the longest just because he had the prowess. But like these quarterbacks in this draft are just god awful.
Fucking horrible.
Again, your selection was Xavier Watts.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jaguars, they just took the most polarizing, literally on the field as well, player with Travis Hunter, right? So, after your conversation with Taylor Dahl yesterday, you're saying that they also probably need offensive line help at this point?
I would think so.
Is Wyatt Millum? This Jonah guy, that was definitely a name that I heard for the Bears a while ago. I don't care if he's at 42. I think that these tackles are going to be going a little bit sooner. I know what the pick is at 37. So do you want to make a pick for the Jaguars at 36?
I don't know what your pick is at 37, so
It's
I'm
going
gonna
to be
go.
Travion Henderson out of Ohio State.
Ah, you son of a bitch. Yeah, he's so fucking good.
Well, what it is that Chip Kelly, if you guys didn't know, was brought to Las Vegas to be the offensive coordinator, the former Ohio State offensive coordinator. So he's just going to bring his kid back. A lot of momentum for Travion Henderson. It pains me to say that he's going to be drafted before Omarion Hampton, but I think he will
Carl, I
because.
got bad news for you. I think Travion Henderson's the best well-rounded back in this entire fucking draft.
Okay, well, couple different things. When Dane Brugler was asked about the running backs, and obviously from the Bears panel that asked him, they asked about the Knuckles or Sonic situation, right? So, as far as your Sonic, Travion Henderson is the
Absolutely.
player who's the most explosive, the fastest. And then as far as your Knuckles,
He's the
that's
best pass blocker in the
that
draft.
I disagree as well. Cam Scattaboo was your Knuckles, right? But for both, the best both in this draft is Omarion Hampton. And I love Omarion Hampton's pass blocking as well. I've seen a lot of good pass pro reps from him. I don't care if I've seen like one bad rep from him. He's great. Again, we're talking about the Jaguars real quick. Do we
Let's
want to
keep it
just
simple
say
with the Jaguars. Let's just go with
Jonah?
offensive line. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jonah.
this Jonah, and then running back definitely Quid. I'm sorry, it was Travion Henderson's going to the Raiders at
Yes.
37.
Yep.
38. We're getting mixed up. I think I'm supposed to be the one to make the even
Correct.
picks. So after they've taken a tackle / guard and Will Campbell, I still feel like they're going to build up the edges or the trenches. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Best
what's this
BPA is Tyleik Williams.
yeah, what's this Tyleek Williams guy doing?
Oh, looks like a solid rotational 3-tech / nose tackle. Lots of potential.
A dominant physical profile. I can already hear him being compared to the should be Hall of Famer. I can't think of his
Vince
name.
Wilfork.
Yeah, I mean, there's apples to oranges on the body, right? But definitely, I could see that. And
He ain't getting past Mike
he's
Vrabel.
he's a champion, and there's some loose ties for Vrabel to Ohio State. So yeah, let's have
Yep.
Tyleek Williams go to these guys, and I think you're on the clock here with the Bears.
You ready for it?
Do it.
Cam Scatterboot. No, I'm just fucking with you. Omarion Hampton.
Really?
So
You're just
no,
I've spoken
okay.
it into
No,
existence.
I've thought no. So here's the thing. I've researched a little bit of this, and here's the thing. I don't disagree with. I disagree with you in the DeAndre Swift category. DeAndre Swift is going to be an 800-yard rusher this year, regardless of how Ben Johnson feels about him.
No. Not with
Oh,
Omarion
yeah.
Hampton. I think that DeAndre Swift could be 1,000 yards all purpose for you if they
800
play him in his correct role.
All right, that's fair. 800 yards,
5 and 5,
1,000 all
6 and
purpose.
4.
But here's the issue I have with DeAndre Swift and Omarion Hampton. Omarion Hampton is a bit of a bruiser, if I'm not mistaken.
No. Omarion Hampton is everything.
Is a little bit of a three-down everything.
He's gonna run a 4.40, and that's why I feel like Omarion Hampton will not be available for the Bears at 39 because he's just the whole package.
So I'm going to take Omarion Hampton just because of what I've heard about him and how he's a full three-down back. I think he takes over the full-time job next year after DeAndre Swift is released.
I'm an asshole. If I could do it over again, I feel like the Commanders would take Omarion Hampton. They need a running back really badly.
I disagree.
Why? Because they already have one at quarterback. Anyway, Omarion Hampton to the Bears at 39.
Yep.
Saints again, safe pick. They've already gone what? The Saints have gone.
We went with defensive end.
Yeah, so I don't know if they want to go back into that route as well. Obviously, Jahad Barron is the top-rated player according to this expert analysis from Pro Football Network. And they need a wide receiver. I feel like there hasn't been a lot of wide receivers taken. None of these guys. I mean, Isaiah Bond, he's going to be a sneaky good receiver in the NFL.
I agree, but he's a third-round guy.
I don't know, man. Are they the Jalen Milroe team?
Are they? That makes a lot of sense.
We're gonna have to put Jalen Milroe in the second round. I feel
we do.
What
and
other teams are gonna go for it?
Dude, it fits perfectly. I think you're
or the
not
Seahawks.
Crazy.
Yeah, let's just put him here. It just makes too much sense to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So again, Bears. We've gone Calvin Banks. We've gone Omarion Hampton.
I'm gonna declare a holy war, and go with Jihad Campbell.
Oh boy! I see what you did there. I'm glad you're the one who said that. My God. Now this kid is a pass rusher, right?
It's more of he's more of a coverage guy. It suggests an edge roll. He's a 3-4 guy. I don't know how we're gonna sprinkle him in. All right, I'm gonna reclaim my holy war. All right, all right.
Saints need everything. Fact.
Yeah, Xavier
Cliff.
Restrepo I've heard is pretty good.
Cliff, Washington has 2 running backs they use now, but the bald kid definitely lost them a football game. Can't
What do you
think of
have
his
against
name. The
bald
little
people,
kid from
huh?
the little kid, Austin Eckler.
You got to bring that up. I come on to just
Austin Eckler lost them a
secondary
football
pick in the
game.
second round.
They're gonna want to get dynamics. So
You start talking about bald people right away.
Start rolling down a little bit, Carl. Just a little bit. Xavier Restrepo's a receiver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, dude, I'm all in on Wyatt Millum. Let's
I
fucking
was
go.
going to say Wyatt Milliam. That's why
I'm all
wanted
in
to
on Wyatt
interject
Millum.
here.
Wyatt Millum is another player. Like I feel like my mock is just like I've set the gold standard, and I'm so proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
And by
Those 2 picks
Paul-
right there,
Paul.
I've seen them pop up now in multiple mock drafts we've done, and it just seems like both of those at 39 and 41 right there. If you could get those 2 guys there, it seems like it's just made to be.
yeah, Paul.
I'm gonna hop on and say that with you guys real
Paul,
quick.
you need to yell at me when I call that my mock because it's not my mock; it is our mock. And for anyone who is disrespecting Paul, some asshole in the comment section, fuck you. Paul's opinion is just as valuable as anyone else, and even if he doesn't know the fucking wingspan of the fucking 7th best guard in the goddamn SEC, fuck you. So, Paul, gotta defend you on that one, man.
Thank you, man. Coming from a guy who's got a thing against mentally ill people, I really
Hey, fuck! Threw me right back under the bus.
taking the lead there. And
Well,
really
if I could go back, I'd mock Kyron Lacey to the Bears at 41 then and hope that he can fucking produce. Well, good to see you, Paul.
Yeah,
Jesus.
thank you guys. Appreciate you. So far, I'm going to let you get back to it. So, all right. Thank you guys.
Imagine the Chiefs 3-peat and then trade Justin Smith. What is going on here? Bradley, I don't know what's going on, bro. Anyway, am I the one making this pick at 42
You
for the
sure
Jets?
are, buddy.
Oh my god. What have they gone at this point? Does it matter? They ended up doing something silly. Cornerback Will Johnson, that's not silly at all. So their secondary is fine. Are they going to double dip at secondary? I doubt it. Is this where another quarterback goes? Like Quinn Ewers? I don't know about that. That feels kind of silly. Do they need a tight end? And are these tight ends ready to go here? What's this Jihad Campbell up to again? Holy War?
He's they basically drafted him last year with that overly skinny kid that they took, who's an exclusive pass rusher. I forgot his name.
You sure that's the Jets, not the Eagles?
Yeah, but they traded him to the Jets from the Eagles as part of the Hassan Reddick thing.
Wait, no, that would be backwards then.
No. I'm sorry. So yeah, no. They did draft him, and they kept him. Hold on. Let me look this up for you.
Jets will do something stupid they usually do. Like, these wide receivers are going to get pushed up because of their 40-yard dash times, even though we probably already know what they are, right? I'm telling you guys, Isaiah Bond is going to be a good football player, man. Kyron Lacey. What's going on here?
Will McDonald. They took him 2 years ago. Will McDonald, in 2023, 15th overall. He was 6'3", 230 pounds.
And the Jets also have an iconic, I think his last name is McGregor. He's one of the heroes of the national champion team for Michigan. He's an edge rusher as well, so they don't want to just bury him, in my
Who the
opinion.
fuck is that guy?
I know. I love the kid. Is this a running back destination like I had alluded to?
I don't think so, buddy.
Cam Scattaboo. You're not going to like what I have to say about the 49ers if you want Cam Scattaboo. I'm deep in the fucking tank, man. I have no idea. I mean, I could literally see them taking a tight end out of Bowling Green.
Let's keep this simple. Let's just
Put it on screen so that Cliff sees it and so that the viewing audience can see later on. Jets will usually do something stupid. They usually do. And with the 42nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Harold Fannin Jr., tight end out of Bowling Green. That is as justifiable as
So
I can make
Jets.
it.
Caleb Johnson to the Niners.
Sure.
Pencil it in.
I mean, again, I think that Caleb Johnson is a much better fit for the Broncos, and we're obviously far off from there. But you don't think Cam Scatterbo goes here either?
No.
Okay.
I think Cam Scatterbo is a little bit more of like a all production type of guy, but I think in terms of what we're looking at with all well rounded and Kyle Shanahan, I think Caleb Johnson is perfect.
Yeah, especially after there's still some Achilles issues for McCaffrey. Like they fair play to them. They got a good trade package put together to acquire McCaffrey, but then shame on them for running him into the fucking ground. And I don't know if it was Kyle Shanahan or McCaffrey himself who wanted to get that touchdown record. He got it, but he didn't get a Super Bowl ring. And I hope that it's different this time around for Saquon Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
The Cowboys, I have been hearing that they want a wide receiver as well.
There's your Isaiah Bond.
I keep saying Isaiah Bond, man. Like
it makes so much sense.
I'm just gonna do it. No thought into it because again, I'm just feel that strongly on that kid being a good wide receiver in the NFL. Colts
I
at
agree.
45 after taking a tight end.
Minus Kenny, what the fuck is his
Moore
name?
the third.
Kenny Moore the third. I can't name a single secondary player, so I'm gonna go BPA with Jade Barron.
Yeah.
And keep it simple.
The Falcons at pick 46 after taking, I have no idea what it is.
There's
Go
your
my
holy
picks.
war.
Benjamin? Oh, never mind.
Nope.
Yeah? You think so? I mean, they just need something, right? It doesn't say that they need a linebacker, but their defense is definitely lacking. I can tell you they don't need offensive line help, even if they lose Drew Dalman or whoever that guy is. They don't need offensive line help. They've invested like 5 first-round picks into it. There's proof in the pudding, by the way. You know, you guys want an offensive line so badly. Ha ha ha. Falcons got it. They don't have a quarterback. Trey Amos? Is this...
You said they have a secondary, so I'm going to say with Landon Jackson has been a name I've been hearing about a lot. But
that's the guy that we selected in our mock draft, and he's definitely he's the prototypical Dennis Allen 4-3 defensive end.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the Falcons play on defense. I can't think of it. I think it's
pretty
4-3.
Standard 4-3. Yeah.
If you hold on.
We did take Princely Amwalium. I heard that name today too.
Yeah, Princely I think is a good fit here, just for the simple fact that he's probably going to be selected well before pick 46. So let's go Princely. Cardinals again. They've got no one on defense. Yeah, I mean it's not an. I like this Jihad Campbell if you're okay with it actually. Because you said that
Cardinals
he's like
running more of a 3-4.
He's like 3-4, very representative of what the Vikings do without playing any defensive tackles.
Yeah, versatile linebacker, yeah.
Yeah, let's go that. I like that a lot. Now we're looking at the Dolphins again after selecting, can't remember. Tyler Booker.
Jalen Ramsey is their only cornerback at this point, so I think a nice corner there with Trey Amos would make sense.
Says they need line safety, but I mean, they could just figure that situation out. I'm definitely okay with Amos being selected here. Bengals, after they've selected, what did they select? Malachi Starks, the safety. It doesn't say that the team needs a wide receiver now, but they would need a wide receiver to replace T. Higgins potentially. It just something tells me that they're going to be the one who goes offensive line as well.
I disagree. I think their defense has been what let them down the last 3-4 years. So they're going to invest heavily on defense and then just kind of.
They just brought in the Notre Dame guy as well. Is there any Notre Dame?
Landon Jackson. I mean, Trey Hendrickson is 31 at this point.
It doesn't say they need it, but
they need some pass rush.
What's this Deion Walker guy?
Holy fuck! 6'7", 340. That's a goddamn boy in the middle. That makes perfect sense. That's what they need. Give me
Okay.
Deion Walker.
Yeah, let's go for it. Not want this to be lost in translation as well. The Bengals have the great Chris Jenkins Jr., the mutant from Michigan, so he's going to hopefully flourish next
I
to
mean,
that
he's
kid.
definitely a three. He's a 3 tech.
Cliff Victoria asks, who names a kid Jihad? Holy war. This is unbelievable. The Seahawks. Seahawks need a second tackle, maybe? They've already drafted one in this exercise. They're looking at edge. Are they a quarterback destination? Something tells me they are, but is Quinn Ewers going at pick 50? Doesn't feel
I don't. I think there's a
smart.
run on quarterbacks coming, but I don't think it's right now.
I mean, do they need an edge? I'm going to mock them Jack Sawyer because Jack Sawyer, who is going to be a first round pick. I need to start writing these. I literally have to write this down. Like, I'm going to have some draft tenets of the draft. Jack Sawyer, first round. But in this exercise, he's going to go pick 50 to the Seattle Seahawks, and they would be elated for that, obviously. What about these Broncos? I was the one who said that they would
Here's
be
your
getting that
running
running back.
Yep. We're going with Cam Scattaboo.
Don't they have like a really bad bruiser? Is it Javonte Williams, or did he leave?
Yeah, but he's absolutely useless.
Okay. I mean, I like the CT connection with the mastermind, Sean Payton. Let's go Cam Scattaboo here.
Fantastic.
Seahawks. Steelers. Now, is this the Quinn Ewers destination for the Steelers? Again,
I think
the
so.
Steelers already.
Honestly, before Quinn Ewers.
Whoa, they got Matthew Golden as well. Pencil it in. Pencil it in. I love it. If you're okay with it, I'm okay
Quinn
with
Ewers?
it. Quinn
Okay.
Ewers throwing the ball to his Texas teammate.
Yep.
I actually want Bears to take Walker out of Kentucky. I mean, he's pretty massive, isn't he? We just checked him not too long ago.
Yeah, that's a perfect fit for Dennis Allen.
Okay, Quinn Ewers off the board here. Now we're looking at the Buccaneers again. I really don't think that wide receiver is a need, man.
I don't think so either. I mean, really, all they're losing is number 14. I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
I'm blanking here at this point as well, man. Again, the Buccaneers in this exercise have taken Jalen Walker, linebacker, who I believe is an edge rusher. Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, I don't know if they're going to go double dip on defense. Maybe. Is there a secondary player that's worth a damn at this point? These names are not sticking out. Again, only name that's sticking out is Denzel Burke, and I think that's for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Hit me with the all. Landon Jackson screams replacement for Shaq Barrett long term. So I'm gonna go double dip on defense and take Landon Jackson.
Can I sway you to JTT?
Nope.
You cannot. Okay, that's
Nah.
fine. I don't know. Landon Jackson feels like he's going to fit better in a 4-3, and I do know that the Buccaneers play like in
Shaq Barrett's a little
four
bit of
down.
an underside too, though.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett, and by the way, Shaq Barrett, like he's not. He was gone. He got traded to the Dolphins and retired. So he came back, and he kind of was going to help him gear up for this run, but it just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, Jaden Daniels. If you feel solid on Landon Jackson going here, I'm okay with it.
Yep.
Okay, let's do it. Green Bay Packers. They need an edge, apparently. I can't remember what they already drafted in this exercise. They drafted Siobhan Revel at cornerback. I think that they are going to double down and say we've got one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I think that JTT is another player like that. JTT, probably a top 50 player. I'm going to have to write that one down too. So JTT here to the Packers makes sense to me. Now we're talking about the former
Here's your running
University of
back.
Michigan. Didn't they already draft one?
Who do we take?
No, they just drafted a tight end. That's right. So yeah, running back again for them. Yeah, that's definitely going to happen, right?
There's your Quinshawn Judkins.
Yeah, Yeah, I like it. I
Yep.
think that he'd be able to get the most out of him. I think it's a decent enough fit, especially if they can't get either of O'Marion Hampton or um, dude. I can't think of his name.
Mm-hmm.
Ashton Genty. Packers are annoyed Tampa took Jackson. Landon Jackson is still there. Yeah. Packers probably like this is a legitimate scenario, like a flip flop here. That's what I tried for, but back to back edges at 53 and 54, I'm okay with that. So the Bills, I can't remember what they drafted. I can't remember anything at this point. They took a defensive tackle, Walter Nolan. Do they want to add a
They're
wide
still going
receiver
defense,
to
man.
the stable? Yeah, I'd say so as well. Cornerback. Kyle Kennard was a name I've been hearing too. God, I'm for the wrong reasons. I see T.J. Sanders, South Carolina defensive tackle, and I just think of Zach Pickens, and it just makes me cringe. Um, any inkling as far as the Bills? You said defense, right?
I think so.
I mean, according to this analysis, after this cornerback, there's a huge drop off. So, do you have any issues with the Bills taking a corner?
None.
Okay, I'm all for it, man. Panthers, I can't remember what they took. Oh, wide receiver. Um, Now it feels like they also have to go defense.
I agree. Best defensive player available is
Barrett Carter.
go for it.
Maybe they'll be the stupid one. Do they need a tackle? No, apparently not. They need edge help. What's this kid doing?
Yeah, I think we're at the point where we don't know these guys as much.
By the draft, we will all know these. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to do. Is this a kid who just had all the tools? Yeah. No, I think that they need some sort of spark at the edge. So this Donovan guy, I'm going to go here. Unless the Spirit
Go
Carter
for
is
it.
the same thing. The longevity. Goodness gracious, there's just so many words. Donovan, I'm going to have you go here. Do these guys, the Texans, double down at offensive line as well? What did they take? Jesus Christ.
We did take an offensive lineman.
Yeah, Cameron Williams, a tackle. They might want to double up and go interior, but they're not going to both start.
I mean, they might. I would take defense with D'Amico Ryans and how he loves linebacker play.
What
Also,
happened
they
to
need a wide. No, they need a wide receiver desperately after Stephon Diggs and Tank Dell being out. Xavier Restrepo is a name I've heard a lot, and they need a wide receiver desperately.
Is this a little another pipsqueak though? Like, are they just like
It is. It's another
white
Tank
flagging on Tank Dell's career being over?
I mean, wouldn't you?
C.J. Stroud wouldn't like that. I can tell you that. Yeah, I mean, find holes in coverages. This feels like it would be a good, match with C.J. Stroud. So let's just go with this guy. I have no issues with it. So why is this Trey Harris guy falling so far? 6'2", 205. Really not that big. He's kind of tall. I mean, we're looking at it like this just feels like another Baltimore Ravens move for them to take a wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Though. All right, let's just throw it up. I'm okay with that.
Can
Lions.
I'm gonna go. Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Will Howard.
Quarterback
Yeah.
for these guys.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, that's.
I don't. I mean, I don't believe in Jared Goff in the next 2-3 years.
I feel like they will elect to go a different route, but if that's what you feel like,
I mean, you're the evens, buddy. I'm just giving you a suggestion.
they took Mike Green. Do they need an offensive lineman to replace like Zeitler? I don't think so. I think they have the replacement on the roster already. I would tell you that they absolutely like require a cornerback to compete because again, Terry and Arnold has already busted out of the NFL in my mind. But this just doesn't seem like it's lining up. There's no way that they go back to back defensive line though.
I'm in San Juan.
They're probably going to take someone terrible. Let's go. Let's go for it. I don't care. Will Howard at quarterback. I'm all for it. Now we're talking about Redskins after they passed up a running back. DJ Giddens, is this the scat back, quote unquote?
Let's do it. Pencil him in.
His ability to be a reliable pass blocker. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel strongly on these running backs going this high.
Yep.
Bills took what again? A
I think we
defensive
took
tackler.
a defensive lineman.
Yeah, Walter Nolan. So, as far as our needs, they wouldn't pass on a good tackle if one was there, but where would he play? He wouldn't play right tackle, or he wouldn't play left tackle anyway. Wide receiver. I'm deep in the tank at this point, man.
Me
Is
too,
there
man.
is there a like Kyle Kennard? I love Foster so much. If you want to throw that on the screen for giggles, he says Vasher is still third cornerback on Lions. He clearly means Kindle Vildor, but my God, what a fucking shout! I'm about to run and grab my Nathan Vasher jersey. Oh my God, great shout, Foster. I appreciate you, man. Oh my God. Throw up Kyle Kennard for the Bills. I don't know.
See, this is where I disagree with Foster. I think they are better as a wide receiver by committee.
And they're supposed to have two really good tight ends, but we all know that one of them lost that football game for them. So
Yeah.
I'm hearing that this tight end class is very, very deep. Like Gunnar Helm is good. Maybe Gunnar Helm might be a good fit for the Redskins. It just feels like the Bills are in the mode of protecting their quarterback and attacking the other quarterback.
Yep.
Let's just take this Kyle Kennard. I've heard this name. I feel like as an edge rusher, it is what it is. And the Eagles, after they've taken their Project Carr defensive lineman, their edge rusher.
I'm gonna go with Eric Ionomar because I think Devontae Smith is not long for the Eagles' world. I think they're gonna stick to AJ
There's a
Brown.
problem. There's a problem. Never mind. Where did he go? Abuka went to the Rams. That's what it was. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see both of those wide receivers sticking around long term, and they're going to need a replacement long term. Whether
So
AJ Brown is a diva or Devontae Smith ends up leaving, because I don't think you pay Devontae Smith if you're a fucking smart team. I think you need to start drafting your replacements at wide receiver. Or, hear me out, Will Howard.
Will Howard for who?
Will Howard.
I'm lost in the sauce right now. Will Howard was selected by the Detroit Lions in this exercise.
Oh, did we?
Quarterback.
I'm sorry. I thought you left Will Howard away. So
Did you just suggest that the Eagles would find a replacement at quarterback at 63? Because I'm all for that, by the way.
I mean, if you're taking whoever's left, if I think we took Jalen Milroe, Will Howard, and Quinn Ewers already, so I don't think there's anybody left.
So you're saying wide receiver for the Eagles?
Yeah.
Any preferences to any of these three?
Nope. Top on the board.
Should we just give it? Should we give them Kyron Lacey for the giggles because he's literally a murderer? I'm not gonna do that.
LSU is hilarious. LSU gives the best receivers that also are murderers.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Okay. Last final pick for the quote unquote Super Bowl winners. Are they replacing? Yeah. The Chiefs are replacing Trey Smith in this exercise. Donovan Jackson, the national champion, seems like a good size. Seems like a big boy. Let's just give them Donovan Jackson and call it a day. Fuck it.
Woo!
I like it.
Boys, that was fucking rough.
Yeah.
Towards the end, because that shit is going to change tremendously.
Make it
Chat
full
is-
screen. Make it full screen for everyone, real quick.
Yep.
Just so that we can get the full picture involved here. So again, it totally butchers it. Anyway, there's your first round, and again, you can't see the date. Can I do anything about that? You can see barely February 4th, 2025, right? This is what we're looking at. And then second round. Oh, it doesn't show you the second round? Round 2. There's a little bit of a run on quarterbacks, right? Jackson Dart. Where did Milrow went at 40? Then we started getting Mimi with Quinn Ewers and Will Howard. So I think the draft speaks for itself. There's a lot of question marks. Obviously, I'm gonna see if I can download these.